The self-described honey badger can never say no to some of his items. What would those things be? Apparently for Daniel, being a petrolhead and track enthusiast is not enough. He is unable to live without many other things. Hey folks, and welcome back once again before going into the 10 things Daniel can't live without. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Buckle up because we are about to learn what the F1 driver considers to be essentials. Daniel is a racing driver representing Australia driving for the McLaren Formula One team in the 2022 FIA Formula One World Drivers' Championship. He raced for the first time at the 2011 British Grand Prix with the HRT team because of an agreement with Red Bull Racing, whose sister team, Scuderia Toro Rosso, was testing. The driver number for Ricciardo is 3. He has won 8 Formula One Grand Prix races. Drivers should take caution because Ricciardo is a razor-sharp racing driver with a bite hidden behind his laid-back demeanor and a broad grin. The Australian combines incredible racecraft with all-out speed. Ricciardo has won races in the past and, with the right tools, is capable of consistently finishing close to the top of the championship standings. He never backs down from a challenge. Through Red Bull's Young Driver program, Daniel Ricciardo was able to enter Formula One. 2014 saw his promotion to their F1 team, where he won 3 races in his debut season. In 2009 and 2010, Ricciardo participated in the postseason rookie test for Red Bull. For 2011, he continued in Formula Renault 3.5 but balanced it with a growing number of F1 commitments. For Daniel, being a petrolhead and track enthusiast is not enough. He is unable to live without many other things. Fasten your seatbelts because we're about to see the 10 things Daniel Ricciardo cannot live without. Number 1. Party shirt. He always has a party shirt with him. Well, that seems strange. Why would he continue forever? Daniel Ricciardo is undoubtedly the center of attention in the pit lane. It'd be morally wrong not to welcome the cheerful Australian to a party, given his ability to make people laugh and his taste in music, and he is aware of it. Because of this, the motorist always has a supply of party shirts available. The driver recently wore one of his eagerly anticipated party shirts in Jeddah. He asserts that a party shirt must be worn no matter how festive or special the occasion. He claims to have a collection of worn-out shirts. Daniel Ricciardo recorded an episode of the Pardon My Take podcast with Big Cat and PFT commenter earlier in June. It's an old Hawaiian dad shirt or something. Number 2. Personal journal. Daniel walks around with his personal journal, much to everyone's surprise. It might sound like a young child, but that's how it is. The Formula One driver has a journal with DR for Daniel Ricciardo printed on it. Well, isn't it really cute? He typically doesn't have a specific time or plan for journaling. Additionally, it's like sharing his successes and failures or writing down his thoughts. He also uses it to record thoughts or feelings he couldn't express to the other person. Here he demonstrates his attachment to journal. On occasion, he doesn't even open it. He also intends to release a book that will be completely honest about everything that has happened after a very long time. Number 3. Ricciardo and his iPod. The driver, who can buy whatever he wants, and by that, I mean anything from his money, has chosen to keep it under wraps. Need to know what that is? He has a very vintage, an old gigabyte iPod with him. He has had the iPod for more than 15 years, and it contains all his favorite songs from over a decade ago. He feels an intense emotional connection to this iPod. He claims that this iPod has always been a part of his journey to becoming a racer, including his travels to Europe. He wouldn't even risk connecting his iPod to his laptop because of its outdated technological state. Number 4. Customized headphones. He is unable to refuse his specially made headphones at this moment. They are made from beats that are customized to resemble his healing equipment. The headphones also include information about his favorite number, 3, which we know he also had tattooed on his body. His headphones appear to be the center of his universe. While in the race area, he uses them to boost his mood. He listens to upbeat songs to keep himself in a good mood if the race or anything else goes poorly. When the racing match is approaching, he chooses an aggressive track to get himself on the road. If he starts at the front and only wants to maintain his composure, He will listen to some happy house or summer festival music. Number 5. Labo Bea 19. The F1 drivers appear to have their preferred scent preferences. Yes, you read that correctly. He travels with his favorite scent. The Labo Bea 19 is that. What scent is present in Bea 19? According to the press materials for the brand, Bea 19 evokes the petrichor scent, which is the pleasant aroma of wet earth. Petrichor is described as the crisp, soaked affect the water, helps give the earth after the rain. Daniel, always on track, frequently perspires and claims that his specific fragrance always works wonders for him. Yes, even on long flights, you can feel a little icky. This could be a lifesaver, he claims. Number 6 is travel pillow. Support for the head and neck is essential for racing drivers. Every motorsport, including Formula One and NASCAR, requires that racing cars have head and neck supports. The strict regulation of head and neck support gave rise to the acronym HANDS, widely used in motorsport. While traveling, they normally need something to nurture their neck. Daniel does take excellent care of himself. His travel pillow becomes apparent at that point. Race car drivers' necks are their most important muscles because they experience many G-forces while driving. However, not all hotels where they stay have comfortable pillows and protects his neck. Number 7 is supplements. We are all aware that Daniel frequently travels for work. His body becomes uncomfortable due to his frequent travels to various nations and exposure to new temperatures and air pressures. These are fantastic for boosting immunity because his body is extremely sensitive to changes and susceptible to illness. There have been certain instances where he has felt like he was going to get sick, where he knew he would wake up sick, and these supplements were his body's savior, looking back to when he was a very young child. Number 8. GoPro. Daniel leans more toward the vintage aesthetic and prefers to experience things as they are. When it comes to him carrying his GoPro, we know for sure. He had to always have the camera with him, even as a young child. He enjoyed filming things, whether it was us jumping off of our BMX bikes, blowing something up, or anything else we wanted to record. He claims that despite the ease of using a phone, he prefers it this way because the quality remains the same. I can blow up on a big screen and obviously hold well. So we travel so much, so there are so many destinations, which I just want to go and see and capture it all on here, says Daniel. Number 9 is mask. Daniel undoubtedly looks like someone who takes excellent care of his health. As I already mentioned, there is no turning back for him when it comes to his mask. He received this mask, which was given to him by a friend from London. He certainly seems to love a variety of colors and patterns. He also says that the masks he has come and have different patterns, shapes, and colors. He claims that because of the pandemic, everyone needs to wear a mask at all times. Number 10 is helmet. The McLaren driver, who has changed his helmet for the races every year since 2019, shared the design of his new headgear on social media. It was made by British artist Nikolai Sclater, also known by the name Ornamental Conifer. For racers, a helmet is always a big piece of equipment. The helmet is actually their most valued possession as a race car driver, and it holds a lot of special meaning for them. Drivers can alter the look to their liking, which makes them stand out and make the racer unique. In keeping with recent times, when the launch season is already in full swing, Daniel Ricciardo held his own unveiling as he previewed the look of his new helmet in advance of the 2022 Formula One season. The helmet is painted a peach color all over and has the words "Present Momentum" spray painted on top. Ricciardo clarified in a video on Instagram that the reference was about being present at the moment. Also written on the walls is the #3, which is Ricciardo's racing number. Anyway, I want to thank you all for visiting the paddock and say goodbye to today's episode. To ensure that you don't miss any of our upcoming uploads, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and while you're at it, turn on the notification bell. Hey, and just pay attention to the paddock and you'll know what to do. That's all for now. Apart from that, do you think Daniel's 10 essential items are really that important, excluding all of these? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below and let us know what you'd like to see at the paddock and how we can make it better. We genuinely hope you enjoyed watching the video. At the following one, will cross paths once more.